Hi there. So today I wanted to make for you what I make for our family a lot, and that is overnight chia oats. I've got my girlfriend Penny here. So hey Penny.
Hi man. Hi everyone.
So Penny and I have spent the weekend together with some friends that we went to high school and uni with. So we've had a bit of a reunion, and we were talking about some of the food prep ideas that we would like to have known when we were a bit younger and had children as well. But now we have teenagers and we can leave them at home for a weekend. So wouldn't it be good just to give them something like this that's nutritious? So we've been doing this because it's really quick of a morning as well when we're getting ready for work. You don't have to think about anything, you can just decant it. The overnight oats, here we go. Here's what it looks like. It's not particularly gorgeous, I know, but I'm going to tell you what's in it, and it's really good for you. So I usually buy a 2 kilogram tub, I think that's what this is, of the Yalna natural Greek yogurt. Because I've been doing this for a little while now, I've usually got a spare tub. Okay, so once I've cleaned and washed that out, that's how I split usually my two amounts from one into the other. So I've got usually half a tub each. But here we have, we've got about 1 kilo of natural yogurt in here. Then what I do, the first thing I usually add in is some oats. It doesn't have to be overnight, sorry, it doesn't have to be the quick cooking oats. It can just be normal rolled oats. And look, in here for this, it's probably about, say, a cup. I've been doing this for so long now that I don't really measure anything anymore. I just go by feel. So oats, first thing, then the chia seeds. So oats is great for fibre, and we know that our chia seeds are really good for protein, also good fibre, keeps us full, and really good for motility. So, you know, as you get older, your gut processes slow down a little bit, and you can also experience more constipation and bloating. So this is supposed to assist with that. So as far as fibre goes, Dr. Mary Claire Haber says that we need between 25 grams and 35 grams of fibre a day. So I probably should have worked out what that actually looks like to show you, but I might actually attach that below the video so we know how much we would have to eat to do that. Okay, so in there I put, say, a cup of chia seeds, just the normal white chia seeds. Then I'm a big fan of walnuts, which is great for your omega-3s. Adds a really nice crunch. So despite the fact that they're actually sitting in there for, you know, days on end, I would say that's about, say, 3/4 of a cup. 3/4 of a cup. And I'd usually also crush them earlier. So I don't put them in as whole pieces. I find that a bit too much, but definitely crush. And again, go by feel. Go by what it is that you actually like to eat. Now, I thought I had some sultanas out here. Yep, here they are. Sultanas is also really great for just a little bit of sweetness, and they do plump up a little bit so they don't stay all small and wrinkly. And in here for this, I would say a half to 3/4 a cup. Again, depends on what you like to eat. So that's great for a little pop of sweetness. You can also use cranberries in there, goji berries, whatever sort of flavors that you like. Now, natural pumpkin seeds, great also for your magnesium. So for us, you know, they say 60% of the Western population is deficient in magnesium. So if you can add these to your salads, add this to your overnight oats, fantastic. Also really maintains its crunch because it's got that harder kind of a kernel on the outside. So that's a really good thing to add. Other than that, the other thing I've been adding is LSA. So this is the linseed, sunflower and almond meal. Again, great for fibre and great for your omegas. So linseeds is flax. So flax is really good for our bodies as well. And it doesn't matter what age you are. This is great at all ages. So imagine that you can start getting your kids interested in these sorts of foods. Now, I also add cinnamon. You can grate apple into this, but I would suggest, if you know you're going to eat it in the next 2 to 3 days, then that would be okay. But if you think you're going to need it, say, to hang around for a week or so, I just don't like to add the apple for that long. I just don't think that's great. Okay, so I've just sprinkled that in, and look, I probably put in half a tablespoon or something. Again, go by feel. what you like and don't like. I'm going to add for something a little bit different. I've never put hemp seeds in it before, but I know that hemp seeds are great as far as, let me see what I see on here. I think protein as well. They're a really good protein source, and it's only really soft. It's like sesame seeds. I'm just going to put a few, sprinkles in there. We're not even going to notice it. Only probably when it gets stuck in your teeth. That'll be when you notice it. Now the big thing is now coconut water. This, I think, is a bit of a secret ingredient because we're not adding any dairy, but we're making it a little bit more runny for the purposes of this because, I don't know, yeah, you can roughly see it. I'm going to put quite a lot in. You'll probably be surprised. And you can really afford to fill this right up. Now I'm going to stir it slowly and carefully. And it might be quite runny right now, and that's okay. Because don't forget you've got chia seeds and oats in there, and they're going to swell and expand. They're going to take up that moisture, and it'll become thick and viscous, like that example I just showed you before. So you can also, if you're someone who likes to track your macros and track calories, for example, you can run this through MyFitnessPal, and it'll tell you exactly how much you're getting in the way of fats and protein. We know that natural yogurt's a great protein source. Fats, protein, and it'll probably tell you your fiber in there as well as your calories. Trying not to worry too much about counting calories now at my age. I feel like I'm done with counting calories. I feel like, kind of did that for the most part of my life. I don't know about you, Penny, but...
Yeah, done.
Yeah, we're done. That's part of our We Do Not Care Club. We don't care so much about calories. What we're after is good nutritional food that's not hard to put together, not hard to share with others, and is going to give us the energy we need to get through life, okay? And support our bones, support muscle growth. That's what the protein's a big deal about. So protein, huge for muscle growth and maintenance. Did you know that as we age, it's actually harder for our bodies to synthesize protein? So the harder it is for if it's harder for your body to synthesize protein, you actually need to eat more of it for your body to get the same benefit as it used to have before. So the average Western diet for a female, we would probably only manage 50 to 60 grams of protein in a day, when in fact we need double that. Okay, so now I'm going to show you. At the moment, this is really runny. Can you see how runny it is? It's a liquid. Now, I might even just put a little bit more chia seeds or some more oats in there, but it will end up, once it's thickened, it's going to end up like that. Okay, because right now I can't even see the chia seeds in there. So they're going to swell up and take up that space. The other thing, depending on what your taste buds are like, if you like a slightly sweeter, maybe if you're making it for kids as well, add some proper, not pretend, maple syrup into it because it's got great vitamins and mineral content, and it'll just take the edge off that tartness. So the Greek yogurt is usually really super tart, and this will just take the edge off. So stir that through. I'm telling you, the kids are going to love this. And if you want to, when you're serving it up, throw on some blueberries, frozen ones, I just use frozen, raspberries, blueberries, put some more nuts on it, put pistachios. Pistachios is really nice in here as well. I think we've used dried cranberries in this before as well. You can use hazelnuts, you can use whatever nuts you like. I tend not to use peanuts in this. I feel like there's other things that peanuts are great in. But this, there you go. There, it's all running now. If you're worried about it at any stage and you think, oh, I don't know if I like it that, don't forget this is going to sit overnight and it's going to thicken. So in the morning, if you still go, oh, it's a little bit runnier than I like, add some more chia seeds or some more, or add coconut into it or coconut flour, any of those. One last thing, if you wanted to make it more chocolatey, add some cacao powder to it as well. Yeah. So there's lots that you can do with this. Make this your starting recipe and then experiment from there. Once you've done it a couple of times, you'll be able to do it from the top of your head, no problems at all. Okay, overnight oats. Let me know what you think of them. I hope you enjoy them. I hope it makes your mornings faster and easier, and you'll also have an afternoon snack on hand for you or the kids anytime you like. Okay, bye for now.